Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am your host, Kim Warner, and I want to talk just a little bit about the ever-changing times. Well, Paul in Corinthians, he wrote Romans as well, discussed the ever-changing times of the antiquic phase as well as the soul, meaning his soul and those around him. But one of the thoughts that come to mind is when he spoke about I die daily. And he talked about the thorn in his side, which is in 1st or 2nd Corinthians. I can't quote it right now, but Paul was looking at the fact of the matter, so to speak, that he had lived also as Saul, which is a part of our life in the flesh. And as we develop on our soul journey, we develop into a newer version of ourselves, or what some people call the higher version. And that is the spiritual man that he was talking about, that Christ had spoken to the disciples about. So in that transition, I believe what many of us do not understand is the process does equate to pain. There's a process of pain as there is a change in the individual, because it affects the anatomy, it affects the mind, it affects the soul, it affects the external, meaning the outward man, the whole life. It could affect the job, the family, making changes there. And the thing that I feel like people have to get an understanding of is that when you take up discipleship, you make an oath to release the old you. And that means that under whatever circumstance you live, you have taken a vow to live as a individual that's purifying your life. And that doesn't mean that your husband or your children are there or your family. It means that you are there and you took the oath. And so that means that it's a commitment that you made. And so where am I going with this? Well, all around the world there is a dying of the world that's been going on for years, for centuries, when you look at it on a collective basis, because we can look at Paul dying daily as an individual, but then we go into our communities and we see that Paul is dying in a community fashion. That means that all Pauls are dying to themselves, even though they may not know it and they have not chosen discipleship. The dying daily means that what is old is passed away, because yesterday is dead and gone. And so on a collective basis, the uncertainty does not lie in what you used to do. The uncertainty has to stay in its place, and you have to be certain about, or let me say that correctly. The uncertainty does not have to remain. Uncertainty has to be put in its place, and you take up the opportunity of saying, well, I've never seen this way of life before, possibly, and so I am dying daily even to what I used to do and how I used to do it, right? And when you can put that into perspective, you and I, rather than looking at this as a crisis, what we will find is that we have more opportunities in this here time, because there's a newness that's coming. It's a newness that many people are having to accept where they did not accept it. It's a newness that I welcome. Why? Because it has been hard just looking at people suffering daily, like those that are living on the streets, those that have mental illness, they don't have enough money, and the government structure doesn't give anymore. It really doesn't care. The ones that are homeless, no money has been given to them to get up off the streets. And of course, some of them don't want to. And I know that some people don't care about these things, but I bet within the next 2 years, many people will care about what I'm saying right now and what myself and those that I work with have been saying many, many years, because the tables are turning. You know, it's like this here. I die daily. Well, I die daily, and what I had, all the riches and glory as a material woman, they're gone. You know, and a lot of people are facing that. The other thing is, it's not a fear factor, it's a fact of matter that this is the wake-up call that says, I die daily, that I'm dying to something that is not useful anymore. What's useful in me now is my spirituality. How? To look at things from a perception where healing is possible and more love is possible if I allow the newer version of me, the new part of me, to come forward. So when I look at even that part of Paul and myself, and if others took on that mindset, we have opportunities to embrace in this season that we've not had in our own lifetime. A lifetime of having to just walk by other people's conviction and thought and their judgment, by the brainwashing of how they wanted America to be. And it did not profit people that actually needed help. I don't think that because someone doesn't think like me, or they're not on the same economic level as me, that we should overlook them. I feel like we should look at them and see what we can do for them. And that's a part of Paul actually saying that I die daily, because he was dying to his flesh. Paul had persecuted the people that were for Christ, and Christ served those that were homeless and sick and, impoverished. And so this is where we are. All of those that want to serve humanity and really love humanity, we have the opportunity to actually come together at this time and forge forward into our dreams of what the world would have been when we were dreaming. This is our manifestation at this time. So dying to the old thoughts and waiting on the old stuff to come back, I don't even see it that way. I look at and I welcome what is new to come in this season of our lives. And so the old us has died daily, and it's come to a cataclysm of collectiveness where the old self is dead. The new has come. Old things have passed away and the new has come. And so if you can embrace it, email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. Again, that is ifwbuilders@gmail.com. And give me your views. Why would I want your views? Because we need to come together and begin to build for our people, for our generations, for the world over, to continue on. All right? Thank you so much for listening. I am Kim Warner, and I'm on YouTube as well. You can look at me or hit me up on Facebook Messenger or Facebook as well. And let's rebuild with love. Let's spread the love. All right? Bye-bye.